Hello friends, in this tutorial I am going to show you how we can install Oracle 12c into the AWS EC2 instance running on Oracle Linux. Okay, for that let's connect to this EC2 instance which I have created. Okay, so here is the public DNS. We will use this to connect using the PuTTY session. Okay, so I have already opened one of the PuTTY session connecting to this instance. Okay, now what I am going to do first is to copy the Oracle binaries which I have kept on the S3 bucket to this machine. Okay, okay. So we see like this. I'm already configured the AWS. Okay, for this reason. Now check what is the bucket name. Okay, so this is the bucket. Sorry about that. There was a misspell. That is list objects bucket. Okay, so here we see like it's Oracle 12c. That is the bucket. Into that bucket I have stored this zip file. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to copy this file, which is the binary file, okay, into the location which I've already created. I'll use using the root. So this is a directory which I've already created. So I'm going to copy that binary file into this location. So what I'll use, so I forgot to mention the bucket name. Okay, so this is copying right now. Let's open the another window. So we see the size is currently increasing. That means it's copying into the software location. I think this is done. Okay. So let's unzip this. So unzip command is not found. That means we need to install the. Okay, it's installed now. So being on the EC2 instance, there's one advantage, like you don't need to configure any repositories like YAML or anything. So whatever the package is missing, you can just hit the run, like you can call the yum to install those packages. This is the uh, bit easier what I feel so far in the EC2 instance. Otherwise, when we create the Linux machine into some VM machine like Oracle VirtualBox or like VMware, whatever the platform, then in that case we would have to configure the repositories so that any package we install doesn't need uh, to go for or look for any kind of dependencies. Okay, so it seems like it's unzipped. Okay, so let's remove this file. Okay, okay, so we have the binaries as we see over here. Now what we need to do, so first let's make an entry for this, for the host name. Okay, okay, so this is the host name which we will going to use. This is the IP. Just save it. Okay, now I have write down few of the commands. Okay, so I have made entries of the host name into the host file. Now, okay, so okay, so this is for auto configuration. Like we are much aware like how to do the manual installation, like to set up the kernel parameters and make it into the host files, also in the kernel parameters for short parsing, hard parsing, max number of background process and CMFS. So kind of stuff we are much aware, I believe so, right? Uh, so I'm not going to do the manual installation for sake of the length of the video. I mean that would be going to very big, very I'll go for the man automate installation. We have this. So this RPM will configure all the things itself. Okay, so I'll use this. So all the required RPMs, as you can see, it's going to install automatically. You don't need to bother about that to do the manual installation or doing any kind of a script to install those all those RPMs. So it will do it for yourself. Okay. So if you see, we will have the Oracle user, right? So what we need to do is to do few additional steps, like to change the password, right? So password changed. Now create these directories. Okay. What else? Okay. So once login as a Oracle user, I'll have to make these entries. I mean that is kind of the environment variables for the Oracle user. So what inside that is I would use host name, database name, base, home. So we are much aware and much familiar with these environment variables, right? It's, okay. Okay, what I need to do to copy the host name, which I can get over here. Just use this host name over here. So you can give it the database name whatever you want. I have used Oracle. I'm sorry, I've used AWS underscore DB. Okay, save it and just run this. Okay, so I can get the session ID. Okay, great. What else? So we are done over here. Now we need to run the installer, but what will require is a response file. Okay, so what is needed is a software. Okay, let's do one thing, just change. the ownership. Okay, so ownership is changed to Oracle and group is install. Let's go into that. So this is binaries. Okay, so here is a response folder, right? So there is a script. There would be a script is db install.osp, right? So I'll record this. So let's do one thing. Let's copy this script. Okay, to where? Over here. Okay, so I'll use that script to install the Oracle binaries, or in fact we can say Oracle software. Let's go into the U01. Okay, so here we have, let's make some entries as per our requirement. Okay, so we see like this is the v2 version 12. So I'll only install the software. Okay, and then I'll show you how to configure the database into this machine. Group name is install. So Oracle we can get over here. Sorry. Okay, it's Oracle base. This one. So the edition is enterprise edition. So we are not going to touch any settings for grid. So by default it's a general purpose. So let's use general purpose. So I'm using the automatic memory option. So based upon your configuration, OS configuration, Oracle software is going to allocate memory. But here we are only going to install the Oracle binaries. Then we are not going to use any kind of password over here. Okay, let's save it. Okay, so let's run this command. We need to change the permission. So I somehow not able to access as a Oracle user to the software folder. The database folder which is under the software. So what I think, like, don't have the read permission given by the root. So I guess that could be the root cause. Let's change read write execute 0 hyphen software. Let's see. Now I can see it's a read write. Okay, so now I can see the database folder. So I have to run this installer hyphen silent sys prerequisite and the response file. What is the response file is located in this folder. So maybe we can got a number of issues over here. Let's see. So that's obviously like the size is not getting meet that's requirement, so we have used a sys prerequisite. Okay, okay, so I have to provide the group which is key management. Okay, so we got the issue like we would have to give the group for them that's created into the response file. So we probably need to add these groups which I have just listed over here. So these are all the groups which is missing over here, for which we are getting the error. Let's add this into some different window because I have some network error. So user does not know, that means there's a typo error with it. Three zero. Okay. Let's open the response file. Where's it? Okay, so it's already disconnected. Login as a root. Okay, go to the software, then database, then response. No, not this, not over here. Over here, we need to modify this one. One more thing, we need to create this folder as well. So the inventory file directory. So we'll require this one as well. Okay, so let's do it. OS do we copy this? OS operator copies this. PER backup data, backup DBA, copy it from over here. DGDBA. Okay, I guess that's all. Let's run this once again. Software database. Okay. Let's see if this time it's working on audios. Most time we see a silly errors where DB insertion get fails. So what is now? Okay, so the installation user account must be member of all groups. Okay, so we have issue with this one. So I believe there's something went wrong. The user edition. Okay, do one thing. Tell user Currently used to process. So I have to kill all these Oracle users session again. 6564. Okay, so now it's done. Let's again use this command. Okay, okay. So again, I can see DBA, operator, backup DBA, desktop DBA, KMDB, SMDB, and these all the subgroups are secondary groups are there. Now see again that installation works or not. Let's go into the software. What happened over here? Let's open another session. Let's go to the software, database. Fine. Then run installer using this command. Let's copy it over here to save the time. Let's see what happened now. Okay, you can see the detailed log from this location. You can find the log session. Let's see that log file. What is this? Okay, so installation is running. I was thinking like I got the error, but I was wrong. Installation is running in the background. Let's have a quick check. So we see like in background the log file is logs are appending to that file. Right now the size is 6.9 G. It should increase. Okay, is it failed? Yes, no, not sure. Okay, so it's not failed yet. It's waiting for the input. As you can see, like it's asking to run this command as a root, as we usually do. Well, after the binary installation, let's run this command. Okay. Run this command as a root user. So basically, it's for the read write permission. It's make entry into the Aura inventory, as we know very well. The permissions, ownership, it all sets by this. Also in the Aura tab file, it's make an entry. Okay, check what we need to check. Okay, so entries we can check over here. This is a detailed one. Okay, it's doing the, okay, as we mentioned, like it's make entry in the auto file. It's running. So I believe the software is installed to the location which we have provided. So this is the inventory.xml file where we can check what is the version installed. The Oracle home. So 12.2.1, which we can see is installed. Host name is this. This is location. So now we see it's installed, like band is installed. So in next video I'll show you how to install the database like the same way in the silent mode. Thank you so much for watching the video. Keep in touch. Have a good day ahead. Bye bye. Take care.